Alright, I'm back. Time to add another marker for YouTube for later. And after relieving myself, time to begin the final episode's Master Thief challenges. Let's do this thing! First things first is Beauty versus the Beast. Defeat the giant before time runs out. Should be a pretty easy one. Let's get to it! Kind of funny how we're only 3 hours into this session, and that includes my little bathroom break. Although I don't think I was even gone for that long. In fact, I think I was only gone for about a minute, if that. Might be a little bit over. But even so. When it comes to this Master Thief challenge, it is no different than the one we took on during the main campaign. The difficulty doesn't get any higher, and it's really no different whatsoever. The only thing you have to worry about is a time crunch. What's kind of funny is that there is a way that you can increase the overall fire rate of a Carmelita's shock pistol if you do a certain action or a series of actions extremely quickly, like one after the other. But honestly, you don't really need to do that. It's not necessary. It honestly isn't. So long as you're just rapidly pushing the R1 button, you should be fine. Again, I don't even know how to do the whole rapid fire thing in the first place, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I figure I'd mention it because I've only learned of this recently during, well, when I finished watching a documentary on Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. And just like that, we're already done with that challenge. On to the next one, Road Rage. Defeat at least 16 enemy cars, no energy collection required. Alright, let's go. So again, this is more like a battle of survival, and you don't have to worry about any sort of time limits. You just need to focus on not getting hit and destroy any and all cars that you come across. Kinda sucks that I already took damage, but, oh well, it's fine. One more thing worth mentioning too is there are no health power-ups whatsoever in this mission, so any damage you sustain, like right there, is permanent. Can I please go forward? Thank you. And also, can I please not take any unnecessary damage? Nice, that's another 2 more added to the kill count. Ow. Very nice. Also, if you're familiar with this course, you could potentially score a few shortcuts, but that's not really necessary. Your mission is to kill all enemies that you see. You just have to not get hit. Which is a lot easier said than done because the handling on this thing leaves a lot to be desired. It also doesn't help that if you rub up against the wall, you lose a lot of speed too. Okay, 12 out of 16, we're almost there. Nice miss. Nice fail. Another thing worth mentioning too is that I believe that you can just let the vehicles loop back around and then you can attack them that way, but I would not recommend it because more often than not you're going to get shot. Also, how the hell did I flip the car? I was clearly going straight and yet the game was like, no, you're going to do a flip because screw you, that's why. And we're done. Excellent. Now we can just simply perish. We can keep going if we want and just try to go for a high score because this is one of them high score challenges. But really, you don't need to do that. All done. So if you want to know the fastest way of throwing your, just going to Davy Jones' locker, just simply drive the car into the ocean repeatedly. And there you go. That's how you do it. Now, on to the next challenge. We have Dr. M Dogfight. Defeat Dr. M and his flying creature under time pressure. Alright, let's get her done. This one shouldn't be too hard. Thankfully, we have unlimited ammo for this particular mission, so we should be fine. Just have to get up the flying creature's rectal cavity and then just fire away. And also, I do believe you have way more than enough time to do this anyway, so no big deal. Also, I do know that Dr. M has some missile launchers that you kind of need to lock onto and deal with. But really, so long as you're up Dr. M's behind, then you should be fine. You don't even need to worry about sustaining hardly any damage whatsoever. In fact, just like that, it's already over. Alright, next one, Ultimate Gauntlet. And believe it or not, this is the second to last challenge in the game. Make it through the Gauntlet of the Ancestors under time pressure with no checkpoints. Boy, this is going to be a fun one. And when it says that it's the Ultimate Gauntlet, it really means it. It is the Ultimate Gauntlet. Let's go.
My ancestors sure knew how to decorate.
Nothing but big piles of gold. Okay, I definitely need help here. Okay, thank you, game, for giving me a little bit more health. That's great. Would like another one, please, before I go? No? Okay, then screw you. Shit! Ugh, damn it. Of course the game had to fucking troll me, dick. That is so dumb. That is so freaking dumb.
Nothing but big piles of gold.
Alright, let's go again. Again, like I said, you're more likely to run out of health than you are to run out of time for this challenge. And I've already lost too much health. What the hell? Again, I feel like a single jump should be more than enough to make it to the hook, but apparently it isn't. Okay, this is fine. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's go ahead and try this crap again. Funny enough, when it came to this particular Master Thief challenge, when I was doing this on the PlayStation 3, like way back in the day, this was another one of those challenges that I got stuck on for a while. Much like the one with defending Murray on the turret section of Episode 4. Yeah, this was another one of those challenges. I think my problem was that I just gave up far too quickly whenever I sustained damage too early. Because I thought that was another one of those challenges which you can't get health back. I was wrong. You most certainly can. And again, you got plenty of time, folks. You have way more than enough time to do this challenge. Excuse me, game. What the hell was that? I know I was mashing the damn circle button, so why was I not connecting? Oh my god, again with this shit? And why does the first rock spin so goddamn slow? Maybe the cycle got thrown off on this thing. Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's exactly what's going on. The cycle got thrown off. This might be an emulation issue where the platform is not completely out of alignment. So it might not be possible to do this now. I have to reload the challenge completely. I don't know. And again, maybe I just need to get good. Yeah, see? Just needed to get good. Whew. Well, that was an unfortunate time loss, but you know what? We still got plenty of time to do this yet. Can we please go in the right direction? No? Okay, screw you then. I was kind of hoping to skip to the next section at least a little bit more quickly, but no. Okay, let's not do anything stupid here. Dude, come on, cling on. Cling on to the pole, rope. And here I am trying to be a little bit fancy, trying to make up for time loss. Okay. Not too bad. So far, so good. I wish you can get through this section a little bit more quickly, but unfortunately, you just have to wait it out. Okay, let's scan the area, go through, let's go. I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, but you can destroy the barrels, and if you do that, then there will be no way you're getting through this section at all. Not in one piece. Okay, not too bad. So far, so good. Just unfortunate that I missed that cycle, but no big deal. Still got this. Okay, thank God Sly didn't try to cling to the left rope, even though I was running directly at the one on the right. At least this time, anyway. Yeah, can we not slip off the analog stick, please? Thanks. Kinda wish some of these sections would go by just a smidge faster. Not too bad in terms of the amount of time we have left here. It may look like that we're about halfway done with our time, but I think we're going to be okay. Again, I really wish you didn't have to scan over the ancestral shrines, but unfortunately you have to. Okay, not bad. Now for the final part of the gauntlet. And yeah, this is basically a victory lap now. Now watch as I say that, and we're gonna get roasted.
Dad.
When it comes to the lasers, just don't ride them until the very end. Jump about approximately halfway through, and you should be fine. And yeah, nicely done. Now for the final Master Thief challenge and the final major challenge in the entire game. Battle against time. Defeat Dr. M before time runs out. And this does not include the phase with Carmelita. You just have to do this whole fight as Sly. And obviously not get obliterated. Basically, this fight is the exact same as it was before. You just have to do it under a time limit now. Ow. Well, that ain't good. Hey, come on. Hopefully, this won't take too many attempts to do. Just the problem is that he keeps jumping around like a goddamn Call of Duty player. He certainly acts the same too. And unfortunately, that was just the first phase of the fight. We've already sustained so much damage, it's not even funny. Not a big fan of that. Honestly, when it comes to this fight in particular, it really shouldn't be that bad, I say, as I am clearly getting smacked. I feel as though you're gonna run out of health. You'll run out of health before you run out of time, from my experience. Just case in point. God damn it. You're as weak as your father.
As weak as your father.
Shut up, man. Just shut up. This is gonna be another fun one to deal with. Every goddamn time I seem to score a few hits in, he hits me for just as much, if not more. That's really bad. Okay, screw this. Next attempt, please. Can we please just roast this raccoon on an open fire? That way we can just move on and do another attempt. Please. Again, I wish I could just simply restart from the pause menu, but no. You can't do that. Alright, come on, destroy the car. That way we can get on with the show. Again, should not be sustaining damage at this phase of the fight, and yet here I am, doing just that, because I suck. I think another problem, too, is the damn time limit. You don't have a whole lot of time to do this fight. Okay, that's phase one. Get under, please. Thank you. Nice whiff. Can we not do that again? Okay, thanks for that. Okay, we'll just wait for that to go away. Okay, pretty smooth second phase. All things considered, could have been a lot worse. Phase 3, aka the final phase. Let's do it. Sure, I could utilize save states. And honestly, I'm kind of tempted to do that, but I've done all the other challenges legit. We'll just wait for the fire to go away. Here we go. Done and done. A challenger's farewell obtained, and there's only one trophy left. and that is to view the gallery for each and every episode of the game. So why don't we go ahead and do just that with an Opera of Fear and view its gallery. And by the way, I'm pretty sure you just have to open the gallery in order for it to count. So you don't need to look at every single picture that you see within the gallery. You can just open up the gallery and you'll be fine. When it comes to viewing the gallery itself, it's pretty damn impressive how the developers managed to put this whole game together in less than a year. Because yeah, Sucker Punch was under a pretty big time crunch, which is the reason why the game turned out the way it did, back on the original PlayStation 2. So as you can see, when it comes to the gallery here, we are looking at all the different pieces of concept art of everyone and everything in the game, including characters like Octavio and what he originally was going to look like before his final design was chosen. And hell, there's even a playable beta build that you could download and play, albeit you have to patch things up first before you can even do so, and I believe that's only for like the first episode or so for Sly 3. I believe for Sly 2 in particular, you could play through like the first 3 episodes in its beta state. Alright, let's take a look at the gallery for Rumble Down Under. Again, you gotta admit, this is some pretty cool looking stuff. And I definitely feel like a lot of people would have preferred the lighting used for the concept art for Rumble Down Under versus what we received in the final game. Excuse me, and that is a perfectly valid point and a valid opinion to have, honestly. And also we have an early look, I believe, at Murray? Either that or it's the Guru. Well, either way, pretty interesting to get our first glimpse of what they were going to look like. And yeah, believe it or not, this is like one of the iterations of what the Guru was supposed to look like before he became a koala. So first he was a crow, then I believe this is closer to his final design, or at least the animal species, but yeah, pretty interesting stuff to see here. Honestly, I'm happy with the final design of the Guru. His other designs, yeah, they clearly needed work. And also, there was originally going to be like an alligator flashlight guard enemy, but for whatever reason, they got cut during development. But we did see Crocs in that episode anyway, so all is good. Now for Flight of Fancy's gallery, which, starting for episode 3's gallery, this is pretty impressive stuff, don't you agree? And as I mentioned during my playthrough of Okami HD quite a while ago, I really wish more modern games brought this sort of stuff to the table, like a gallery, viewing all the different pieces of concept art, viewing how this game was made in a sense, like seeing what goes on behind the curtain, just viewing all the different things of what could have been. It's quite interesting and fun to learn about, and just fun to take a look at too. Sure, kids might not 100% appreciate these sorts of things, but us adults most certainly do. Especially for those of us who are artists. Because believe it or not, concept art, this is very handy stuff, especially when it comes to figuring out exactly how to draw certain characters, especially if you're a fan artist like myself. Also, say hello to the original incarnation of Penelope. So remember that Weasel comment at the end of episode 3? Yeah, they weren't wrong. This is what Penelope was originally going to look like. Oh, there you go. Pretty cute, don't you think? And some will argue this is even cuter, but I'm more of a fan of her final design, which you will see in just a moment. Like right here. That's closer to her final design, and yeah, as you can see, she does have a tail, but in the final game, she doesn't. But she does get her tail back in Thieves in time. So why is it that she doesn't have a tail in the final game is beyond me. Maybe it's for aesthetics purposes? Who knows? Either way, it is what it is. Still pretty interesting nonetheless. And I believe at this point we are at 100% complete. At least I think we are. Once we go through the gallery in episode 4, then I'll take a look at my percentage count via the pause menu to know for certain. And yeah, A Cold Alliance definitely went through a lot of changes throughout development, as you can see. It looked like this whole place was going to be even bigger versus what we got in the final game, which is kind of crazy to think about, especially when it comes to lighting. But again, you gotta remember, we're working with the PlayStation 2, and its hardware limitations are, well, let's just say they're about as good as a low-end gaming PC in the year of 2026. I'm just saying. It's kind of rough. But again, hindsight is 2020, as they say. Kind of interesting to see some of the concept art of some of the enemies here. And you gotta admit, that's a pretty cool piece of concept art for Sly with this photographer disguise. Pretty neat, don't you think? Same also holds true with Panda King in his Wiseman form, more or less, before he decided to give himself a clean shave and join the Cooper gang. And of course, we have another look of him returning to his old ways, sort of. At least for the purpose of defeating General Sao and freeing Jing King. So, there you go. And we also have another look at the grasshopper zombie enemies as they were supposed to appear in the final game, but their color palette changed before the final release. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to take a quick look at something, so I'm going to go ahead and make one more save state right here on slot 4. And the reason why I'm doing this is not because I don't want to. I just want to see what my current percentage is in terms of seeing... I just want to see how far I'm up to. Yep, 100%, just as I thought. Okay, we can reload the game now. Let's reload the save state. And head back in and take a look at the gallery in Dead Men Tell No Tales. Now, shall we? Okay, that was the wrong menu. Onto the gallery. And as you can see, the concept art for Bloodbath Bay is pretty close to what we got in the final version, so that's pretty cool. And we also have different variations of what it could have looked like. And I gotta say, I'm kind of digging the green and the ghostly-like one. Just saying, that looks pretty damn sick. But hey, I'm also happy with the version we got in the final game too. So, again, to each their own. To each their own, I say. That's what I'm trying to mention. Anywho, we got ourselves yet more concept art. And I think this is what the galleon was supposed to look like. It was supposed to be a lot larger versus the one that we got in the final game. I think the reason why they cut the galleon size down significantly is just to make things a little bit easier on you, the player. So you don't have to run up a bunch of stairs just to get to the cannons. Or something like that. And we have some concept art for Dimitri's harpoon gun. That's actually pretty neat, don't you think? It also gives you a pretty good look of how the mechanism even works. Here we have some concept art of the shark. And we have one of the dog pirates. And we have even more stuff. Again, pretty neat, all things considered. And here's another enemy that didn't make it into the final game. Same with this guy. Eventually, I believe he was turned into like a big, gruffy golden retriever. And we also have the Black Spot Pete, which, yeah, he kind of looks like, shit, what is his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. He's from Disney. Scrooge McDuck. He kind of reminds me of Scrooge McDuck in a way. Jeez. Alright, next. Concept art of the Penelope dummy bomb trap. Pretty neat. And we have Penelope in her dress during her damsel in distress rescue. Although for some weird reason she has a fluffier tail here. Why is that? Kinda odd. I guess that's why that got cut. And we have, of course, another render of Captain Lufwee. Golly gee, drink my wee. Now for the final gallery, Honor Among Thieves, and this should be the platinum. There it is! Appreciate the values of fine art, and... platinum, baby! A Cooper Legacy! Unlock all trophies in Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves on PlayStation 5. There we go, folks. That is the platinum. That is it, 100%. But before we bring things to a close for today, and bring this playthrough to a close once and for all, we are going to view the rest of the gallery, and I'm going to see if I can watch certain bonus videos. I know you could do this on the PlayStation 3, but I don't know if you can do this in the most recent re-release of this game, aka this re-release. I mean, if you can, great! I'm definitely going to show them because, let me just say, some of those bonus movies are quite fun to watch. And if we can't, then I guess we can consider this a bit of a crime against humanity. Which kind of blows, you know? Again, nice to see that the final trophy is like the easiest to get in the entire game. Just complete the game, view the galleries. You don't even need to open up any pictures whatsoever. You can just simply open up the gallery menu for each corresponding episode, and bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. Your uncle is named Ben. Again, it really goes to show how much stuff was changed within Episode 6, Honor Among Thieves. It is quite interesting to see the least. I mean, look at all this stuff. Look at all the different concept art of all the different vehicles that were scattered throughout the entire episode, including Carmelita's patrol boat, and we have some concept art of Dr. M and his weird experiment. There we go. That's all the stuff we need to worry about here. And if you want to view any bonus movies, return to the episode The Beginning of the End, and here is where we can replay the beginning intro. And believe it or not, this does not have any sort of Master Thief challenges tied to it. Kinda crazy, but it's true. And again, when it comes to the bonus movies, just select the episode, the prelude, and bonus movies. Here we are. And yes, it looks like we can view the two bonus movies that I've been wanting to show. I could have swore there were more bonus movies than just these 4 or 5 here, but when it comes to the bonus movies themselves, when you first start the game and complete the prologue, you'll only have access to this bonus movie right here. And I believe for the second part of the first bonus movie, I'm not too sure how far into the game you have to get. I think you have to complete up to episode 5 before this one unlocks. As for this, you have to beat the game, I think. And for this one, you have to complete the game 100%. You don't have to get every single trophy, you just have to get 100% completion. And bada bing, bada boom, the final movie is yours. And of course, the credit roll, you just have to beat the game. And that's how you unlock it. Now then, let's take a look at these little bonus movies now, shall we? First one is right here. Paris, France. What year is it? What day is it? That is the million-dollar question. Hello, what do we have here? World's most expensive, chocolate bar, I guess. So unbelievably yummy. Sounds like a fun little heist to take on. Of course, this is just a movie, you can't actually do the heist yourself. Kind of unfortunate, but hey, it's still fun. One other thing worth mentioning when it comes to these bonus movies is that there's no dialogue. There's no spoken dialogue whatsoever. Kind of crazy, but hey, you know what they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I'm talking about an actual drawn picture. So for this bonus movie, we have Sly Cooper and the gang and Goodbye My Sweet. Why is this split into 2 parts? I have no idea. Now then. I don't even know how to say that. I think it's Das Berlin Railway? I don't know. I don't know my Italian, my French, or any other language other than English. Because I'm an Englishman. And I'm also a Southern. It does make you wonder, though. I know that Carmelita is carrying the chocolate bar in that briefcase, but wouldn't it have been a better idea to have like a dummy briefcase and have that carried by someone else who was less capable? Just to throw off the Cooper gang? Just a little bit? Maybe outsmart them? Whatever, this is cartoon logic we're talking about here. So who's to say? Carmelita, you might want to have a death grip on that key, you know what I'm saying? Hello there. How are you doing this fine day, my lady? It's actually pretty neat to see how Sly dressed up exactly how one of the Cooper ancestors did. Smooth moves, Mr. Sly. Smooth moves. And it's also kind of funny that this is where part 1 cuts off. As if Carmelita laid a trap for Sly and his friends. But you'll soon see that's not really the case at all. Let's head into part 2 now, shall we? Now then, on to Goodbye My Sweet part 2. Kind of makes me wish this was a playable episode, but oh, alas, it is what it is. Bam, baby! Right in the kisser! You gotta love Murray. It also makes you wonder, why is this not rigged with even more security? This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, it's for a chocolate bar, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's a Sudan diamond or anything, but still, just saying. So much for the trap. Hello, Miss Fox. Good to see you again. Now then, shall we dance? Yeah, gotta love them dark tunnels. Censoring the violence. It was this way on the original PS2 release as well, so this is not a censorship thing on PS3 or even PS4 and 5. Just saying. That's just how it works. And that's just how it is. Later, Carmelita. This is gonna be our most delicious treat yet. There we go. Funny how she says no comment, but if you read some of the text on the newspaper, she has plenty to say. Seriously, some of the details that you can find on some of the newspapers on part 1 and part 2 of that bonus movie in particular, it's actually quite impressive. Just, again, being able to read through absolutely everything is not exactly an easy feat. Not unless you're recording the entire thing, in which case you can go through it frame by frame. Which is exactly what happened in that aforementioned 8-hour documentary via the deep dive of Sly 3. Now then, on to the next bonus movie, and I believe this is behind the scenes of Sly 3's development. Now then, let's see what the developers have to say about this game and how they put this whole game together. The evolution of Sly. Sly to Morocco, the missing level.
Some of the earlier stuff was produced for Sly. I'm Dev Madan, the art director at Sucker Punch.
I'm Nate Fox, I'm one of the game designers.
And what we're looking at here is a level that was produced but never made it into the game.
Well, it made it into the game spiritually.
Yes, spiritually.
I mean, you can tell it's like a big, impressive kind of Riviera feel, high class, very Sly Cooper style.
Yeah, this figuring out the evolution of the gameplay between Sly 1 and Sly 2. This was what, 6 months we worked on this? 8 months?
Yeah, a shamefully long amount of time, and it didn't even make it into the game.
Yeah.
But it was sort of the conceptual building block for how we were going to construct Sly 2, which was a big departure from Sly 1. I mean,
Totally.
you can tell like it's all non-linear in how you move through this space,
Totally.
which is pretty radical shift for us. I remember in this level, we were going to have Bentley steal a giant yacht and smash it through all of these docks and eventually bash it into that large building, which was a casino, so that the Cooper gang could pull off a pretty sweet heist.
Gotta love the guards and
Smartest
asserting their
I
dominance.
know. But at least they stand at attention, you know. Sly attacks them and they're there, they're very present emotionally. I love this cop boat because it features the fine Sucker Punch tradition of writing poor French on things.
10 months. So we're now back at Sly 1.
JT, do you read me?
Yeah, Bentley, I hear you.
I've just identified a potential problem. See that filthy game?
I love, you know, we kept the same Bentley from the very first just kind of voice experiment.
Okay.
But that's
This will be a
Sly.
good chance for
Oh
me to
my
bust
gosh.
out my new climb move.
Climb move.
Oh,
Man.
Pike.
Give her more
Yeah.
like
That
punch
ladder
the
over
character
there?
in the face more.
That would be it.
Yeah,
Bentley's a pretty interesting guy, the voice of Bentley. He's a friend of the fellow in the office. He worked in a record store down the street from me.
Yeah. Jump and hit the circle to
Be nice to go in and get a recommendation on an album.
And he ended up being the voice of Bentley.
Yeah. Well, it'll give you record recommendations in the Bentley voice.
I think you want the one 2 shelves down.
Yeah, how many times? Oh, look, the dancing
money.
cash. Yeah.
Totally
Nothing
forgot
says
about
video game good times like
Dancing cash.
dancing inanimate. Well, I guess it is animate if it's dancing. But,
Oh man, even this music I remember. I can't listen to this CD anymore.
so this is the same level we were just looking at, just in a obviously much more primitive form.
Look at the animations.
Oh yeah. Sly looks like he's got a problem.
Not only that, but his jump height
If you
is
saw
also
something
kind
in
of
real life
crap.
or anything like that, what would you assume would happen to them? I'm thinking burn victim. Back injury?
Fused spine.
Fused spine? Oh, yeah.
18 months. We didn't have the cell borders on Sly.
No. Sly's cane could transform into many unique devices, including this fabulous number, which would allow you to see an invisible maze.
So amazing. We were so abandoned in terms to put this in the game. This level went through the entire development process. Everybody in the office touched it. At least once.
Yeah. It's funny that parts of this level actually did ship in Sly 1.
Totally.
Sly versus the huge pistons. Why is Sly always evading large machine parts? If I ever get rich, I'm gonna hide all my money around huge moving parts.
With open fire pits.
Yeah, lots of fire right near my folding paper cache. Oh, check out that dynamic move. Actually, it's interesting that this is a really, really old movie, but Sly's still doing those cane swings off hooks.
Yeah.
Was that where you came up with the idea for the cane in the first place?
No, it was more of a question mark. Actually.
Because he's a raccoon of mystery?
Mystery.
Which is clearly evident in this video. Who is that masked character swinging on the
The one thing
floaty?
that I kind of wish that we didn't get rid of was the original idea was that Sly's eyes, you should always be able to see them, even in the dark. So, like, you'll see here, when he turns around.
He also asserted his dominance there.
How his eyes pop out.
Yeah. Oh, remember that checkpoint with the Sly logo on it? We had a lot of arguments internally about whether or not there would be Sly iconography in the world that belonged to the boss.
Yeah, totally.
So it would feel more like stealing if you didn't run across stuff that belonged to you.
Yeah.
Also, believe it or not, that ticket is actually from
I think that most of our
their
conversations
previous game, I
internally are
believe.
about
It's called
what
Rocket
would
Robot on
make
Wheels,
it
back on the
feel more
Nintendo
like
64.
thieving or being a thief. At this point, I think we're pretty aware of what it takes to be a thief, and if we lose our jobs,
we got another line of work.
yeah, we've got it. Our second career is all lined up.
Oh, the freeze
Oh
fish.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Like it made sense that if you wanted Sly to be able to freeze things that we recognize.
Yeah, well, we gotta know, right? Like,
That
players
voice,
will not
man.
know that they can freeze
Freeze.
water, so they
So,
should
something like
need
a
something
fish.
iconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to freeze a fish? Oh, the crab takes it again. And this is.
I like that we made the NPC orange, so that you can't tell from where he is on the floor.
All right. So orange NPC on an orange
Orange
platform. That's part of his cunning camouflage ploy.
Totally.
If anyone asked, it was completely to make the NPC look extra smart. Money popping up out of holes.
So interesting seeing the character without his cell phone.
I really like that old thing where the money would fly
Fly,
like butterflies into your pack.
Yeah.
It's pretty, what's the word?
True.
Surreal.
Yeah.
But it's,
The wording.
yeah. Didn't we have problems using green money because it wouldn't localize
Localization
into
issues, yeah.
different countries?
And
Truly illustrates a problem globally that we have different colored money. The video game industry would really benefit from one colored. Oh, the underwater approach.
yeah.
You'll notice that's the same fish that was the freeze fish. Just kept reusing it. Slap. Oh yeah, you can change the wings on the underwater vehicle to go through different openings in the cave.
Actually, if I remember correctly, Raleigh's level was supposed to entirely be underwater.
Yeah, yeah. That was gonna be our first level of the game,
Yeah.
underwater, because it was gonna be easier to do it that way.
Oh man.
Oh, very intense.
This is amazing.
This old Sly, it's good.
Was this PC? Was this on PC?
I don't know. You know, frankly, like I've blocked this Sly out of my memory. As far as I'm concerned,
Can't blame
the
him.
Sly we
Looks
know today
cursed.
Kind of sprang up, fully formed. He's like got boxing gloves on and big clown shoes.
Round feet.
He kind of looks like
Oh, check it out. He's a
Sylvester
dynamo
from
man.
Looney Tunes, wearing boxing gloves and also clown shoes.
Wow, what's that up ahead? Stairs.
trippy stairs.
Oh, yeah. Video games are all about like fantasy fulfillment, and here we're fulfilling the fantasy of ascending a blue staircase. But watch out, kids! There's lava up ahead. You know, I never really noticed, but Sly's in a lot of caves in these demos.
I noticed that too. Pretty peculiar.
Those stretch textures and
Also, that is a huge shadow.
careful, Sly.
Yeah.
Careful, Sly.
Don't trust ambiguously shaped objects. Dev, I don't know if you know it, but orange means lava.
Lava. Totally.
Lava is bad for video game
In a
characters.
video game? In a video game? Lava
It is. At least in most video games, that's the case. However, in our game, we decided that it didn't hurt Sly at all. Oh yeah. Running
Nice.
lava.
Yeah,
Whereas the modern Sly, he can't swim.
totally. But he can run in lava. It's the clown shoes.
Yeah, totally.
He used to be a lot tougher.
Yeah,
Is what
he did.
this video tells me. Yeah, it's an impressionistic painting. It's a Dutch masterpiece. I kind of miss the Sucker Punch era of rolling lava rocks. I feel like that was a real staple for us.
Yeah. Not too thiefy though.
Not too thiefy, no. Oh,
Ooh, that's a big chunky boy.
Check out that
I
mean
have
run.
nothing to say about that.
You did the mocap for that run, didn't you? Oh, here he is in his most modern form. Whereas I did the mocap for this sequence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That looks better than the original Sly
think
model
so.
we just looked at. I kind of miss the purse though.
Really?
No, not really. Hey, it's still doing the hook swing. Same as way back when. Still got the giant machine parts.
Yes, yeah. In caves.
Yeah, in caves. There's a lot more catapults in the new game though
Yes.
than in past games.
It's because those environments were so big.
That's true. Environments have gotten big. Just like Monaco, really. Like that was a big departure, and it really is what we're doing these days. Like this street here is just like that one in Monaco,
Yep.
just with significantly more gunplay. That's interesting to look at the computer monitor section of that gameplay. Just how much more abstract everything's gotten from those original kind of very linear level design. I mean, we clearly wouldn't have even thought about multiplayer. Venice is the same kind of romantic getaway Monaco was.
Monaco, yeah.
Of course, multiplayer, it's not so romantic.
No. Well, that's that. That was really painful.
You know what they say, hindsight is 20/20. And looking back at some of your previous work to seeing how the comparing it to the final product, it's quite magical to say the least. And it's also fun to just look back, point and laugh, and just see what the hell were you even thinking way back when? You know? It's also quite interesting to learn exactly how all this works. Now then, we got one final bonus movie to look at before we wrap things up and call it a day. Let's listen to Dimitri as he keeps things smooth.
Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money. Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah. Let's dance! So spicy.
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai.
Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky.
throwing down. Peace out.
Gotta say, that was probably one of the best things we've ever seen in the history of mankind. Round of applause, everyone. Round of applause. Now that's what we call crazy sweet. But yeah, that's everything that this game has to offer, folks. We done. It's time to wrap things up and call it a day. Good lord, this has been quite the journey, and to be honest, I was expecting this session to last a lot longer than it actually has, but hey, it's nice to be able to wrap things up with a pretty red bow after only 4 sessions in this game. So, yeah, this was quite the fun journey. As far as what the next stream playthrough is going to be, I have a few ideas floating around in my head, and to be honest, I thought I was going to have a little bit more time to figure things out. But looks like I'm gonna have to expedite this, expedite things and figure something out a little bit sooner rather than later. But yeah, if you want to know what my next stream playthrough is going to be, what my next set of plans are, I might end up rebranding the Let's Stream series to something else. I have a few ideas, but I'm kind of leaning towards General Snivy Streams Game X. And there is something else I might be looking into doing. In fact, I've already made some prep work done. And as far as what that idea is, I might actually start going for retro achievements as my next stream playthrough. As far as which game I'm looking into starting, I might actually set up a poll and let you folks decide my fate and what the next stream playthrough is going to be, and it will be via retro achievements. In fact, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So keep an eye on my YouTube community tab, and also keep an eye on my Blue Sky as well for when I set the poll up, and we'll make a decision based on how many votes are received. As far as how long the poll is going to run for, I'm going to let it run for 1 week. And as far as when I'm going to set up the poll, I'm going to set it up just shortly after this session ends. So once I finish getting some prep work done, in other words, remuxing the local recording, getting that ready to be edited down within Vegas and stuff like that, then I will set the poll up, announce what games I have in mind for retro achievements, and I'll let y'all take it from there, take the reins from there. In other words, y'all get to decide my fate of what stream playthrough is going to be next and which game is going to be the first game I do retro achievements for. So, yeah. The poll is going to start shortly after this stream ends, and it will end, when I stop counting votes, it will end on Saturday, May 30th. That'll be the final day I stop the poll, stop the count, and we'll figure out which game ends up being the winner. But, yeah. This has been quite a fun journey, and I hope you're all looking forward to the next one for when we actually do retro achievements. So, with that, folks, I bid you all adieu. This is General Snivy with Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to be going trophy hunting yet again, but more so on the retro side of things rather than in the modern era. As far as what game we're going to be doing next, that'll be up to you. I won't know until Saturday at the very least. Saturday, May 30th. So, again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.